good evening. You're watching the NewsHour at 9 and I'm Swati Joshi. Well, another election is around the corner and another volley of galis being rained on Prime Minister Modi. Remember, Chai Wala to Chaukidar, Chor Hai Babs by the Congress? Both of them were followed by crushing defeat for the Grand Old Party and a sweeping victory for the BJP. But today, these attacks have crossed a grave Lakshman Rekha. Not just their political rivals, but a senior Congress leader, a close aide of Rahul Gandhi, has abused and cursed the electorate, the voters. Over 37% of India voted for the BJP in 2019 elections. This was the highest vote share by any individual party since 1989. But the rejection they meted out to the Congress clearly has not been forgotten. Now, while Rahul Gandhi speaks of his Mohabbat ki dukaan, Randeep Surjewala has cursed the backers of Modi, whom he calls Raakshas. Listen.
राक्षस हो तुम लोग। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जो वोट देता है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जो समर्थक है वो राक्षस प्रवृत्ति का व्यक्ति है। मैं आज महाभारत की इस धरती से श्राप देता हूं।
Well, the Prime Minister, remember, in his Thursday address had predicted the same. He had predicted that Gali politics will play out. Listen.
मैं कांग्रेस की मुसीबत समझता हूं। बरसों से एक ही फेल्ड प्रोडक्ट उसको बार बार लॉन्च करते हैं। हर बार लॉन्चिंग फेल हो जाती है और अब उसका नतीजा ये हुआ है, मतदाताओं के प्रति उनकी नफरत भी सातवें आसमान पर पहुंच गई है। उनका लॉन्चिंग फेल होता है, नफरत जनता पे करते हैं।
Well, did the veteran leader of the Congress apologize? No, he did not. In fact, he adds insult to injury in his tweet, which said, and I quote, "One who is not filled with compassion and does not love people, he is not a ruler but an asura," which again means demon. He goes on to say emotion and sentiment are more important than words. Now, the BJP only wants to catch on to words to kill the real issues. And the BJP has hit out at the Congress party for alienating voters with arrogance. Listen into the reactions coming in.
They are going from losses into irrelevance.
एक राक्षस प्रवृत्ति के परिवार में जन्मा ये व्यक्ति ही सोच सकता है कि इस प्रकार का अभद्र भाषा बोलना, ये मैं समझता हूँ असंसदीय भाषा है। निश्चित रूप से इसका हम संज्ञान लेंगे।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी, हम लोग जनता को अपना भगवान मानते हैं। क्या यही आपकी मोहब्बत की दुकान है?
ये तो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के जो सरकार का जो काम हो रहा है और जनता को जो समर्थन मिल रहा है, उस कारण से इनके ये भाव बाहर निकल कर आ रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है कि जनता ही इनका भविष्य तय करेगी।
ये जनता जनार्दन होती है, इसे भगवान का रूप माना जाता है लोकतंत्र में, परंतु कांग्रेस पार्टी इसी जनता को राक्षस प्रवृत्ति का बताती है।
Now watch how the Congress party, in fact, instead of condemning remarks of Randeep Surjewala, have tried to defend him.
तो उन्होंने उसका क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया है कि उन्होंने वोट देने वाले को नहीं कहा है, लेकिन जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग हैं, जो उनके नेता हैं, उनके बारे में उन्होंने ज़रूर कहा है कि वो राक्षस प्रवृत्ति के लोग हैं। जिस तरह से नफरत, घृणा पूरे देश के माहौल को बिगाड़ने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एजेंडा यही है।
हंसी ठिठोली कर रहे हैं, फूहड़ मजाक चल रहा है, नारेबाजी चल रही है। ये दानव मानसिकता नहीं है तो क्या है?
रणदीप सिंह सुरजेवाला जी ने जो बात कही है वो स्पष्ट रूप से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीतियों के खिलाफ।
मैंने उनका बयान सुना नहीं, लेकिन मैं ये जरूर कह सकता हूं कि पिछले 9 वर्षों में और देश को नफरत की आग में झोंकने का काम किया।
And this brings me to the legitimate question. Is this Rahul's mohabbat ki rajniti? Let's open this up and go across to our guests.
You're watching the NewsHour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And tonight we're joined by Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP. We have author Dr. Anand Ranganathan with us, Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress, Sanjay Jha, author, Ravi Srivastava, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Lokesh Jindal, बात निकली है तो बहुत दूर तक जाएगी. 37% of the people in this country who voted for BJP, according to Mr. Surjewala, are all Raakshas. They are all demons because they voted for the BJP. लेकिन जो आपको वोट करता है, जो कांग्रेस को वोट करता है, वो देवता.
Well, as per the Hindu mythology, a demonic nature is considered for those people who are highly aggressive, हिंसात्मक प्रवृत्ति जिनकी होती है. They are very aggressive, they are violent, they believe in a lot of violence, they show complete apathy, disregard to other people's suffering. Such a person is termed as demonic, Raakshas pravritti. And when we see that there are people who in the name of Go Rakshak go on for mob lynching, when there are people who in the name of communalism, they exploit, kill, and they bring about a complete destabilization of society, who for political power,
Mr. Lokesh Jindal, crime is crime, and people who commit crimes should be booked. They are called criminals. I'm asking you about Randeep Surjewala's statement. Are you justifying what he said is right, calling voters who have voted for BJP Raakshas?
Swati, over here we need to understand the spirit within which this statement was made. What Mr. Surjewala meant, that a person who votes for BJP, considering hatred for certain section of people, is displaying a demonic tendency. So such a person is a Raakshas.
So you're justifying. So you're justifying. You're saying everybody who has voted for BJP is a demon, is a Raakshas.
Any person who's voting for BJP as a response to the hatred towards a particular community is displaying a Raakshas.
Who is Mr. Surjewala? Who is Mr. Surjewala or anybody supporting Mr. Surjewala to question the democratic rights of the people, to question their choice? जब आप जीते, it becomes a mandate of the people. The people are showing you all the love and support, and they become deities. When they support the BJP, you analyze their characters.
No, Swati, because as per the fundamental duties in the Constitution,
this is character assassination of the voters. To call them demons, to say that they are supporting hatred.
The Constitution, uphold the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the country. Any person who acts contrary to this fundamental duty,
and who is the Congress party to judge all of this? Who has secretly told Congress party about the profile of each and every person who has voted for BJP? 37% of the population. Has the Congress party actually analyzed all those people and their profiles to reach a conclusion that they are supporting hatred, that they are supporting crime? Why can't the Congress party see them as individuals choosing a party because they are fulfilling the promises that they made? Or choosing development like the BJP claims?
Swati, fair enough. You have made a valid point, but I want to come towards BJP. Why doesn't BJP condemn such acts of violence which is committed in the name of
First, why don't you go ahead and condemn Mr. Surjewala's statement?
Why does it endorse such forms of acts and violence?
What is this?
Why doesn't it come out clean with a statement condemning these violence?
Why don't you go ahead today and condemn Randeep Surjewala's statement?
Let BJP
calling
take
voters
the initiative,
demons.
we will follow it.
So basically you're saying that now when the Lok Sabha election comes, you're going to go to these very Raakshas pravritti people, demonic nature people, and ask for votes for your party. Sanju Verma, please come in, because according to Randeep Surjewala and everybody, I would say, who's supporting your party has a demonic nature, and everybody who's supporting your party is a demon. So 37% जनता जिसने आपको वोट किया वो राक्षस है.
अभी मैंने लोकेश को ध्यान से सुना and I have not heckled him. I'm sure Lokesh will extend the courtesy. Swati, पहले ये लगता था that Rahul Gandhi is BJP's star campaigner, but now I have to make a new addition to that list. Today, with this rant, Surjewala has cemented the epic loss of Rahul Gandhi and company in Lok Sabha 2024, which is barely a few months away. The more important point is this. मुझे कुछ हिंदी की पंक्तियां याद आ रही हैं. मेरी मासूम नादानियों ने मुझे रुलाया है बहुत. मेरी मासूम नादानियों ने मुझे रुलाया है बहुत. दोगले यारों ने मेरा दिल दुखाया है बहुत. दोगले यारों ने मेरा दिल दुखाया है बहुत. The reason I'm talking about doglapan here is that look at the occasion. I mean, Randeep Surjewala has chosen the land of Haryana, and from here he's made that carrion call कि मैं श्राप देता हूं, blah blah blah. Randeep Surjewala lost the elections from Kaithal in Haryana around three years back to BJP's Leela Ram, albeit by 500 votes, but we will not get into the semantics of that. I just want to ask Randeep Surjewala that when you make this kind of a statement saying that not only BJP leaders, I listened to his rant a couple of times, he clearly says BJP ke samarthak bhi Raakshas hain. So you have basically vilified and sullied the 23 crore odd voters who voted en masse for Narendra Modi in Lok Sabha 2019. But I will come to a bigger point, Swati, without taking too much time and without being verbose.
Okay.
You know, as they say, the apple does not fall far from the tree. And I think Rahul Gandhi has institutionalized what low-level public discourse is all about. He went about saying Chaukidar chor hai, even after the Supreme Court castigated him. He did not stop. Finally, Meenakshi Lekhi had to bring in a contempt of court case against him. Tab jaakar Rahul Gandhi ko shanti mili and he decided to zip it. Even while putting a stay on his conviction recently, the Supreme Court made one very pertinent remark. The Supreme Court said that his, as in Rahul Gandhi's, public utterances are in poor taste and do not behove somebody who is in public life, because people in public life need to choose their words very carefully and with discretion. And now Congress can come and talk about, 50 crore ki girlfriend, Jersey guy, blah, blah, but you cannot flog a dead horse all the time. And I will just end by asking one question. Because always don't ask questions of the BJP. आज जवाब देने की बारी कांग्रेस की है, बीजेपी की नहीं. Pawan Khera was deplaned in February 2023 after he made that obnoxious remark calling Narendra Modi in one of the Congress press conferences as Narendra Gautam Das Modi and even sullying the Prime Minister's father's name to that extent. And he said this was a slip of the tongue. क्या आप सभी कांग्रेस नेताओं का slip of the tongue इतना regularity से होता है?
Okay.
Do you want to get into Rahul Gandhi's books, or are you so desperate to extend your Rajya Sabha?
The larger question is this anger against Narendra Modi, or is this frustration of losing election after election? Sanjay Jha, Hillary Clinton also described Trump supporters as a basket of deplorables in 2016. Later, she apologized. That's the difference. So far, Randeep Surjewala has not apologized. And this has not happened for the first time, Sanjay Jha. Udit Raj, during Kerala election said, and in fact, post the verdict said, why BJP is not elected in Kerala? Because voters there are educated, they are not andhbhaks. वो शिक्षित हैं, वो अंधभक्त नहीं है. तो या जो भी बीजेपी को वोट करता है वो सब uneducated और अंधभक्त हैं. संजय झा?
Swati, let me answer you because I happen to have known Randeep for a very long time, and I can substantiate here that it is important to look at the context in which he's made the statement. Please remember, you can't take a statement and see it in isolation because, frankly speaking, there are a number of outrageous comments made by Narendra Modi and Amit Shah that we can talk about till the cows come home. So let me give you the context number one. And these are four instances that we cannot ignore. One, the gang rape of a woman in Manipur and the silence of the BJP. Number two, you have the Punjab and Haryana High Court judges talking about, are we having ethnic cleansing in Haryana? Number three, the insult to the champion women wrestlers of India, whom the Prime Minister ignored, as did the BJP, to protect their member of parliament accused of sexual harassment. And the fourth case of a constable in the railway police who actually went around hunting Muslims and murdered them in cold blood. You'd look at these four examples and they actually justify to you the current madness in our country. The hate. I don't think
how is that related to calling the voters Raakshas? I don't mean to interrupt you, Sanjay Jha, because I don't want to earn a tag for myself. But just a follow-up question, Sanjay Jha, how is this concerned and related to cursing the voters?
I'm just coming to that. I was just coming to that. If you look at these four extremely ghastly and ugly developments in India, I do believe a question needs to be asked. that, and believe me, I mean, Swati, I'm not exaggerating. I meet a lot of people from different walks of society.
Okay.
I have met BJP voters who supported them in 2014 and 19, who come and tell me we are ashamed that we created such a monstrous regime. Now that's the language.
Swati,
it doesn't
I need
mean
to come in
that
now.
everybody.
Okay, one second, Sanju Verma, 1 second. I'll come to you.
But it is actually an allegory.
No, he's
it's
not
an
talking on the
expression that
topic.
is
So Sanjay Jha,
seen as an analogy. So
Sanjay Jha, let me put it simply, and then you can tell me if you agree or not. So when Vasundhara Raje wins an election in Rajasthan, the voters are Raakshas because they vote for BJP. But when Ashok Gehlot is chosen in Rajasthan, that very same category, those very voters, the electorate, they become what? Because they've chosen Congress?
Well, Swati, let me answer you. You remember Amit Shah's statement in Bihar? If you don't vote for BJP, you're going to go to Pakistan. What was that? He was trying to actually...
Sir, I'm asking a very pointed question, Sanjay Jha. This is not expected of you. You normally always answer... You normally always answer to pointed questions, but today you're not giving any clear answers.
Swati, I wanted to finish my last line. Randeep Surjewala was basically making an emphatic statement that the BJP is monstrous. It is destroying this country's social fabric.
Sanjay Jha, my point is not that, and my question is not that. You know, the political discourse has been lowered so much that I think, you know, people normally have accepted this as the new norm, that the political parties are going to curse it out. But Dr. Anand Ranganathan, what is the fault of people here? They have every right to choose a candidate, whether it's an MLC, MLA, MP, the central government, the state government. How do they be, categorized as Raakshas or Devtas?
Good evening, Swati. I was a bit distracted because I was counting the number of times the Congress supporters were indulging in whataboutery to cushion Surjewala's crime. And these are the same people who, for the last 3 weeks, have been mocking anyone of resorting to whataboutery when it comes to Manipur. Today, all of them are resorting to whataboutery. Amit Shah ne ye kaha, Modi ne ye kaha, arey Surjewala ko maafo. Look, but I don't care what people say about Randeep Surjewala. I need to personally thank him for clarifying on the one thing that I always suspected, that my better half is demonic. No, but I, of course, being a Nota voter, have escaped Surjewala's curse. But seriously, what on earth is going on? How can any sensible person defend what he has said? He has insulted and called off demonic proclivity 219 million Indians. When he says things against Amit Shah or Modi or anyone, he can call them demonic, shaitan, and Congress has called them all sorts of things. And I know there are enough people on the panel who will say, oh, Modi also called this Jersey God. What about it? Aapka kaam chal jayega. But yahan pe he has insulted 219 million voters. And what for? This guy is a shameless dynast. He is there in politics because his dad was, which is of course the passing marks in Congress because everyone else is. But the fact of the matter is, who the hell is he to call 219 million Indians as possessing demonic proclivity? As you rightly said, half of them anyway from time to time vote Congress. So Congress also has been voted into power by demonic people. Kya bol rahe? And let me also tell you, according to Pew survey, 20% of all Indian Muslim voters voted for BJP. So forget about Hindus ko to ye gaaliyan dete rehte hain. Surjewala has actually called Muslim voters, millions of Muslim voters, as shaitan, which is the biggest blasphemous crime. So he may not apologize for what is called Hindus, but I'm sure Rahul Gandhi will ask him to step down or apologize for what is called Muslims as demonic.
You know what, the Congress party hasn't, not even condemned. All these statements that are coming in, either they say we've not watched the video, we've not heard that comment, or then end up justifying. How is this Congress party and people who talk about Pyar Ki Rajniti in 2024 election go and seek votes from people who they are calling Raakshas? Ravi Srivastava. Now, normally and generally, the argument in defense, whenever one talks about Gali politics is, this is what Prime Minister Modi said, this is what this BJP leader said, this is what Amit Shah said. Today, I want to ask you very specifically, how many times have BJP leaders, BJP leaders छोड़ दीजिए, how many times have Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah cursed the voters? कितनी बार आपने सुना है PM मोदी को और अमित शाह को कहते हुए कि मैं श्राप देता हूं voters को, and they are Raakshas because they vote for Congress, or any other curse?
Swati, everybody does it with the full impunity. There is no
Are there
exception,
instances?
irrespective of the leader.
Are there instances that we don't know of? Please mention.
There are.
Please mention.
There are. 100 times it has been said.
Please
100
mention.
times it has been said.
Said what? Cursed voters.
Vikas will not reach to you. It has to be a double engine sarkar.
Arey sir, I am talking about cursing the voters.
I am talking about Karnataka. A few days before, what you said, you will not get the Vikas if you don't elect the BJP.
Mr. Srivastav, we to had ho gayi. Please, I am asking you very specific questions. You are saying there are many instances. Just tell me one. Just tell me one and tell me the entire statement of Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Amit Shah or these BJP leaders that you all talk about day in and day out, cursing the electorate.
First of all, Randeep Surjewala has not cursed the electorate. You have to see it.
Okay, you want to hear that reaction again?
He has.
You want to hear the reaction again?
That is your manipulation.
Ravi ji.
He said it.
Ravi ji, let's play it out. Okay, 2 seconds, Ravi ji. 2 seconds, please. Let's listen to Surjewala.
राक्षस हो तुम लोग। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जो वोट देता है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जो समर्थक है वो राक्षस प्रवृत्ति का व्यक्ति है। मैं आज महाभारत की इस धरती से श्राप देता हूं।
I hope you heard this time around, Srivastav ji.
प्रवृत्ति।
अरे वोटर्स बोला है सर।
No,
Selective hearing. Yeah, selective hearing.
What a joke? Is this a joke? You understand?
Exactly,
anything?
that's what I'm trying to ask you. Is this a joke? Is this a joke?
Can I come in?
To character assassinate the voters and call them Raakshas because they are voting for a particular party. Why don't you actually go and demand this massive change in the constitution and say कि लोगों को अधिकार ही मत दीजिए because these people have voted for BJP. Let's curtail their right. You know, next time in the election, आप इनका voting right हटा दो.
My friend was he never said it. It is your your calculation you are making.
Ravi ji, I just played out that reaction again for you.
That's nothing.
अभी फिर से reaction play किया है. Do you want to hear it again? Do you want to hear it again?
What happened in Manipur?
Ravi ji, do you want to hear it again? Let's play it out again. Okay, one more time, Ravi ji. थोड़ा सा सुन लीजिए.
राक्षस हो तुम लोग। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जो वोट देता है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का जो समर्थक है वो राक्षस प्रवृत्ति का व्यक्ति है। मैं आज महाभारत की इस धरती से श्राप देता हूं।
इस बार सुना आपने? Did you hear it?
I heard it 10 times. You don't have to repeat it again and again. You are just playing it. I am telling you, प्रवृत्ति, the tendency.
अरे सर, he said जो वोट देता है और जो सपोर्ट करता है. So, अच्छा, तो what is the difference between being a Raakshas and Raakshas प्रवृत्ति?
राक्षस की प्रवृत्ति कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर की होती है।
रवि जी, selective hearing. Selective hearing.
ब्रजभूषण शरण सिंह की होती है।
Selective hearing. Selective hearing. So, आप हर topic, you know, on every topic that you're talking about, Ravi Srivastava, you can ask 10,000 questions to the BJP, but today you're not answering my question.
Absolutely, whatever.
Cite instances. Cite instances if you're claiming, sir. Cite instances. Why are the voters being called Raakshas? Because they chose to vote for the BJP. The constitution of this country gives them the right to vote for whoever they want to.
Whatever.
And you were just talking about Karnataka, Ravi ji. You were just talking about Karnataka. You said a couple of days back this and a couple of days back that. A couple of months back, the BJP was in power in Karnataka. Today, the Congress party is in power in Karnataka. So the demonic nature of the people has changed now. They've become deities.
Those demonic people
They've become deities now. अब राक्षस से लोग देवता बन गए.
They have reduced.
Oh.
The good people have come up.
He's agreeing.
Oh, so you're saying
agreeing that
those who have come with the devta.
Okay, तो आप justify कर रहे हैं. Okay. So those people have reduced now. So they have reduced now. They've transformed.
He's just agreed.
They have transformed. They were Raakshas because they voted for the BJP. Now they've transformed. They become devtas because they voted for the Congress. Very good, sir.
I need to come in.
Thank you for taking a clear stand, Sanju Verma. And then Dr. Ranganathan. Sanju Verma wants to come in.
They have elected a monster.
Swati, I don't want to shout over this man because
okay, Ravi Srivastava ji, now allow her.
I also don't want to.
Allow her. Okay, Ravi ji, allow her. Please, Ravi ji, allow her.
Yes, thank you. Swati, you know, since some data was quoted by one of the, panelists here, you know, Manipur mein aisa hua, the BJP is playing the politics of hate, etc., etc. I will just very quickly in 30 seconds expose the lies and falsehoods by the Congress panelists and their empathizers on your panel. In the year 2013 alone, we are not going too much back into history. Just in the year 2013 alone, 479 incidents of communal violence, of which 107 people were left dead. More than 1,647 were grievously injured, including 200 policemen. And now let me finish. Swati, what is this?
Ravi ji, just 30 seconds. Ravi ji, please don't interrupt. Let her finish her point. I'll come back to you. Please have some patience.
You will be voted out.
Thank you. Swati, this is not fair. Why is this man so rattled?
Ravi ji, I gave you your time, sir. Now let her finish.
Thank you. Now, please listen to this very carefully. The 6 worst riots in the last couple of years, not going back to the 80s or 90s. 84 की बात करें तब तो कांग्रेस को मुंह छुपाने की जगह नहीं मिलेगी. Given that Rajiv Gandhi said जब बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती थोड़ी हिल जाती है, mocking the Sikh community. But in 2006, you had the Aligarh riots between Hindus and Muslims. You had the 2008 Dhule riots in Maharashtra between Hindus and Muslims. You had the 2010 Deganga riots in North 24 Parganas, again on the eve of Ram Navami between Hindus and Muslims. You had the 2011 Bharatpur riots in Rajasthan between Gujars and the Neo-Muslims. You had the 2012 Assam riots in Pokrajhar between the Bodo community and Bengali Muslims.
Okay.
And you had the 2013 Muzaffarnagar riots between Hindus and Muslims. And now tell me, Swati, who was in power in 2006, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2013 at the center? It was the incompetent Congress government led by Manmohan Singh and directed by Sonia Gandhi, who was running a kitchen cabinet. So don't sit here and give a bhashan on morality to BJP. Your track record is pathetic. Your track record is pathetic.
Sanjay Jha, Ravi ji, Sanjay Jha.
Yeah. Swati, let me tell you the real and the one example of the biggest insult, not just to the voters in the country, but to India's history and to our freedom fighters. When Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister, said Congress Mukt Bharat, he wanted to obliterate the contribution of Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Sardar Patel, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Maulana Azad, everybody. He actually insulted all the voters who actually supported the Congress in building modern India. Narendra Modi wanted the death of democracy. When you said Congress Mukt Bharat, you were insulting everybody who voted for the Congress party, who built this country, who fought for India's freedom, who actually scripted the entire story of what we have become today. Then Narendra Modi's party has no idea because they never fought the freedom struggle. That is called an insult to voters, Swati. That is called an insult of Indian history. That's called an insult of freedom fighters. That's called an insult to former prime ministers. That's called an insult to the people, the scientists, the engineers, and many other people who have built this country. Let us not try and...
Sanjay Jha, is that your interpretation of what the Prime Minister has said? Are you trying to look for some links? Are you trying to look for some links? Because, so far the address that anyone has heard of Prime Minister Narendra Modi since day one, since he became the Prime Minister, was always against the Congress party, questioning 70 saal tak aapne kya kiya. Here is a leader of the Congress party openly saying, all the voters who vote for BJP are Raakshas. And you have nothing to say about that.
Swati, when somebody, the Prime Minister, says Congress Mukt Bharat, he is destroying the history of the party that fought for India's freedom struggle.
Did Randeep Surjewala only stop and limit himself to criticizing the BJP? Like I said, in today's politics, the discourse has been lowered so much, sir, that nothing surprises us and nothing shocks us. Today's statement is a shock. Because Randeep Surjewala did not just stop at criticizing the Prime Minister or the BJP alone. He went a step ahead and criticized the voters as well. And that is what I'm asking. That is what I'm asking, Sanjay Jha.
Swati, my answer is very, very succinct and to the point. If a Prime Minister of this country wants to obliterate the party that has been in government for 55 of the 76 years, what is the message he sent to the people of India? That if you support Congress, you are somebody who needed to be obliterated.
So when you insult a party, you also insult the voters, is the point what Sanjay Jha is trying to make. Dr. Ranganathan.
How can you ignore that?
अरे जरा अमृतांजन लाना, रवि श्रीवास्तव जी बोल रहे हैं. हाँ, no, but Swati, please, just give me 30 seconds. As far as my good friend Sanjay Jha saying that.
अरे रवि जी प्लीज, रवि जी प्लीज, रवि जी प्लीज, बाकियों को बोलने दीजिए प्लीज. रवि जी प्लीज, प्लीज. रवि जी will come back to you. रवि जी will come back to you. हमारे पास बहुत समय, I'll come back to you. Yes.
Yes, as far as Sanjay Jha saying Modi has insulted the party of freedom struggle, can I please, I'd much rather be of demonic proclivity than being ignorant. Because the original Congress INC expelled Indira Gandhi in 1969. Indira Gandhi formed Congress R. Swati, I will walk out of the debate if I am interrupted.
Please listen to him. Listen to him. You can give a rebuttal. 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 I'll come to you for a rebuttal. Okay? Let him finish his point, sir, please.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yes.
I'll wait.
And I love Times Now, but I will fund your faders if you run out of faders.
Come back after his
But
lies
this kind
are over,
of.
I will speak. When Anand Ranganathan lies are over, I'll give him
Sanjay
a
Jha, please let him respond. You'll get a time. You'll get time to rebut.
Thank you.
Yes, as far as Sanjay Jha saying that Modi insulted the party of freedom struggle, nothing can be further from the truth. The original Congress INC expelled Indira Gandhi in 1969. Indira formed Congress R. R stands for requisitionist. Indira split Congress R in 1978 to form Congress I. For 10 years, Congress J was the real INC. EC recognized Congress I as INC in 1981. Congress I dropped I in 1996. There exist 47 Congresses. Even uranium splits less. कुछ पता है? नहीं पता ना? इसीलिए आ जाते हैं डिबेट पे.
Okay, Swati, now let me this great genius of the right wing and answer. Anand Ranganathan, the BJP was born in the year 1980. तो तुम लोग यार जनसंघ के बारे में क्यों अपने आप को, why do you associate with जनसंघ यार? I mean, this is the most ridiculous and substandard argument I've ever heard. Can
you refute my point? Can you refute my point that Indira Gandhi was expelled from the original INC?
Freedom struggle.
Sanjay ji, please respond to the pointed questions. Sanjay ji, today you are not responding to any pointed questions. Please.
He is not responding at all because
please respond to Dr. Ranganathan.
Ask him to refute my point. Did the original Congress expel Indira Gandhi in 1969 or not?
Hello.
Did it expel Indira Gandhi? Did it expel Indira Gandhi? Sanjay, please. You are normally, this is your off day. You are normally a reasonable guy. Just answer yes or no. Did the original freedom struggle wali party? Swati, ऐसे कैसे? Are you enjoying this, Swati? Are you enjoying this?
I am giving everybody their time to respond.
Yeah.
No, but
now here it is, Swati. What a lame duck.
I just completely exposed him. He was talking about
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, you asked him a question. Let him respond.
Why don't you calm down here? Take a chill pill, buddy. Take a chill pill. Calm down. Get some ice. So here is the answer, Swati. The man is resorting to such desperation as to tell the people of this country that the Congress is not the same Congress. So भैया अपने नरेंद्र मोदी को बताओ. अरे सुनो 2 मिनट. अपने नरेंद्र मोदी को बताओ, जब नरेंद्र मोदी गाली देता है कि कांग्रेस ने 70 साल में कुछ नहीं किया, तो एक ही कांग्रेस के बारे में बात करता है रंगनाथन जी, 6 कांग्रेस के बारे में बात नहीं. तो फेक न्यूज बंद कीजिए. और आपके एनालिजी से तो बीजेपी तो 80 के बाद उसकी जन्म हुई है. इस इन्फेंट पार्टी यार. फिर भी यू क्लेम श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी. All that. Why do you?
Okay, we are not discussing and debating the history of. We are not discussing and debating the history of these political parties. We are not discussing and debating the history of these political parties. Sanjay Jha.
अरे Seridon लाना यार, Sanjay Jha.
Okay, Sanjay Jha. I've been asking a very pointed question. Is it fair to criticize the voters who are only exercising their democratic right given by the Constitution? And how is the Congress Party tomorrow going to go to these voters and ask for their votes? Because according to you, they are Raakshas. अगर वो Raakshas हैं, how will they vote for your party, which of course is not meant for Raakshas?
Swati, the Congress is going to sweep Haryana. You watch.
Okay.
The Congress is going to sweep Haryana.
Those people are Raakshas, sir. They are of demonic nature. They voted for BJP. Why do you want their vote?
Swati, I need to make a quick point now.
Why, Sanjay Jha? Why do you want their vote? Why does the Congress Party want their vote? Why do they want to sweep a state From where you are cursing them?
Is he saying that nobody was cursing the voters? Randeep Surjewala was exposing the demonic, the monstrous conduct of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
We played that reaction over and over at least 2 times, 3 times. Once during my introduction and then twice for Mr. Ravi Srivastava. Thrice we've played that reaction. We've heard that audio very clearly where he is also criticizing. He is criticizing the voters. He's criticizing the voters. Sanju Verma. Then Lokesh Jindal. Yes, then Lokesh Jindal. Go ahead.
नाथुराम गोडसे worshippers.
Okay, now can I?
रवि जी गोडसे कहाँ से आ गया? All right.
Worshippers are monsters.
Sanju Verma.
Write it.
Thank you. Swati, I cannot debate if this man is going to go on and on and on making zero sense. He's speaking incoherently. He's speaking gibberish and incoherently. Now let me come in. Thank you. Swati, I just want to say one thing. You know, the fact that Randeep Surjewala used the word BJP Samarthak, I think nothing can be more disdainful than that. And to conflate and confuse issues by comparing that with the Congress Mukt Bharat slogan given by the BJP is absolutely a lot of hogwash and nothing more. I just want to ask one thing. Each time, if you notice when the BJP lost Karnataka, both the Prime Minister and the Home Minister Amit Shah, including the entire top brass, including the likes of JP Nadda, BL Santosh, they said with folded hands, we lost the mandate, but we will work harder and regain the confidence of the Janata of Karnataka. When we lost Himachal Pradesh, JP Nadda said, we respect the mandate, हम दोबारा जनता की बीच आएंगे और उनका विश्वास जीतेंगे. But look at the Congress. When they lost Uttar Pradesh, when they lost Manipur, when they lost Uttarakhand, when they lost Assam, what did they do? They blamed the election commissioner, they blamed the EVMs. तो जब ये जीते सब चंगासी, जब बीजेपी यूपी जीते ईवीएम की गलती है, जब बीजेपी उत्तराखंड जीते ईवीएम की गलती है, पर जब कांग्रेस कर्नाटका जीते तब सबको तालियां बजानी चाहिए. जब कांग्रेस हिमाचल जीते तब सब चंगासी सबको तालियां बजानी चाहिए. Are you not ashamed of your rabid and disdainful hypocrisy?
Okay.
Even a class 4 child with an iota of common sense can see through the Congress and its hypocrisy and the fact that you ruled this country.
Lokesh Jindal now, before I wrap up, Lokesh Jindal.
Nothing.
Well, Swati, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verse 4, Lord Krishna says that people who display arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance are people with demonic qualities. They are demonic nature. They are Raakshas.
I think you should message Mr. Surjewala about that. I think you should definitely message Mr. Surjewala about that.
Gita. If BJP doesn't want to agree with Bhagavad Gita, it can come out cleanly.
But this Bhagavad Gita also you've brought in. You've talking about Mahabharata also. You're talking about Krishna, Lord Krishna also. You're talking about Gita ka Gyan also. I'm only asking you, why are you cursing the voters, bhai? Why are you cursing the voters for exercising their democratic right? Nobody has an answer to that. But Lokesh Jindal, one second, Lokesh Jindal, the voters are watching very, very closely. They are listening to every statement that is being made by these leaders, whether it's from the BJP, whether it's from the Congress. They are watching out, all the policies that are being rolled out. They are looking at everything right now, and they will tell you what that verdict is during 2024 when the election takes place. I am only concerned about the Congress party. How are you going to go seek votes of the people you've just called Raakshas? Raakshasों से आप वोट कैसे मांगेंगे? क्या नया कोई स्लोगन, कोई टैगलाइन होगी राक्षसों से वोट मांगने की? That is what I'm interested in knowing. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast. Sanju Verma, Lokesh Jindal will continue with us on debate number 2 as well.